Hello students, today we are going to learn about the next topic in the chapter 2, that is plasticity characteristics of soils. The next topic deals with the use of consistency limits. Let us see what are the various uses of knowing the consistency limits. Consistency limits are very significant in the study of the clays and other fine-grained soils because these are the important deductions which are made based on the relative values of the limits and the index properties as follows. We have different limits like liquid limit, plastic limit, etc. So let us see how each and every limit is important to calculate the according important factor. So the liquid limit and the plasticity index are extremely useful for the classification of soils. Again, coming to the plasticity index and the plasticity chart are also used to classify the coarse grained soils which are having the high percentage of fine fraction. The liquid limit and the plasticity chart are also used to classify the fine grained soils. Coming to the liquid limit, which is a measure of the compressibility of the soil, that is the decrease in volume of saturated soils under the loads from the structure. Skempton related compression index of soils to the liquid limit is very important. The liquid limit of a clay which decreases at a faster rate compared to the plastic limit with the increase in the silt content in the clay. So this plasticity index therefore decreases with the increase in silt content in a clay soil. Again, coming to the liquid limit and the plasticity index, which are an indication of the type and the amount of clay present in the soil. Like they tell us what is the amount of clay which is present in the soil. The higher the liquid limit and the plasticity index, the more severe will be the anticipated problems due to the compressibility problems like swelling and shrinkage to the foundations, and there may be differential settlements and to the structure located in such soils. The compressibility of the soil having higher liquid limit is more, and its shear strength is also less when compared to the soil with lower liquid limit, although the plasticity index is same for the both conditions. Soils with higher plasticity index have a higher dry strength and lower permeability when compared to the soils with lower plasticity index, although their liquid limit is same for both the conditions. The plasticity index of soil will increases with the increase in organic content in the soil. Due to the organic content also, the plasticity index of the soil may increase. So, the consistency index is a measure of the shear strength of the soils. The higher the consistency index, the higher will be the unconfined compressive strength of the soil. So, the toughness index is also a measure of the shear strength of the soil at its plastic limit. For soils with same plasticity index, the toughness is also inversely proportional to the flow index. This point we already have read in the previous slides. Coming to the soils with high flow index, lose their shear strength rapidly with the increase in the water content. Such soils cannot sustain heavy loads at the high water content. So, the soils with higher flow index, that is steeper flow curve, will have very lower shear strength if the plasticity index are the same for the both conditions. So, the earthwork can be carried out easily with the least effort when the water content of the soil is at plastic limit. This has to be taken care. So the shrinkage limit is useful to estimate the expected settlements of the structures due to the drying of the soils with change in the seasons. Like there will be variations in the season. So there will be shrinking and drying of the soils. So the lower the shrinkage limit, the higher will be the possible settlement of the structure. Expansive soils also have low values of shrinkage limit. Coming to the plasticity index, it is very useful to measure the verifying the susceptibility of the clay for potteries, for the construction of clay core in an earthen dam, and for the construction of clay linear to contain a polluted material. So in all these cases, a high plasticity index is desirable for better workability and low permeability. Thank you.